Do you know the secret underground city independently houses schools, hospitals, granaries, restaurants, and even an ice skating rink? Interestingly, from prehistoric times to the early 19th century, civilizations, ancient, all have sought defensive measures, one time or the other. To attack and seek protection have always been the two major attributes of human societies. This has affected architecture significantly since the beginning. The construction of defensive city walls to secret tunnels and passages have defined ancient and medieval architecture. Here are 10 unforeseen secret underground cities built beneath the earth.
Stations, everybody!
Number 1. Derinkuyu, Cappadocia, Turkey. The city is an ancient multi-level underground city in the Derinkuyu district in Nevşehir province, Turkey, extending to a depth of approximately 85 meters and is large enough to have sheltered thousands of people inside. The lunar-like region encompasses no less than 36 underground cities, but Derinkuyu is the deepest and most impressive of all of them. Alongside being the largest excavated underground with several underground complexes found inside, interestingly, the vast network of tunnels and passages belongs to the 8th century BC and is assumed to have been a shelter to protect in times of war. Due to this, the once secret underground city is a self-sufficient metropolis inhabiting ventilation shafts, wells, kitchens, schoolrooms, oil presses, a bathhouse, a winery, and living space for some 20,000 people in 18 stories. The distinctive feature of Derinkuyu is the cruciform church. However, the massive city remained obscure from the world until 1963. Number 2. Naours, France. Located in the north of France, the underground city of Naours is another complex labyrinth of not less than 300 man-made rooms. The site's remarkable layout has been recognized as one of the largest networks of tunnels of northern France. Initially used as a quarry, it soon got transformed into a secret village underneath due to the apparent reasons of defense and refuge, dating back to the 3rd century AD. It had chapels, wells, stables, along with enough room for around 3,000 people. During the First World War, 1,800 soldiers from Australia, English, Irish, Scottish, American, and French soldiers are believed to be here. More than 600 are still to be identified. It is the largest concentration of World War I inscriptions on the Western Front. During the Great War, the underground cave network was used as an organized tour destination, a means of distraction for soldiers on leave or convalescence behind front lines. Number 3. Wieliczka Salt Mine, Poland. Located near Krakow, the salt mine was built in the 1200s to find the rock salt. The mine was steadily expanded over the years by the miners into 185 miles of impressive galleries, and about 3,000 chambers all encompassed in 9 floors. In their off-duty hours, the miners used these salt crystal deposits to build these stunning chapels, chandeliers, reliefs, and also a detailed replica of Da Vinci's The Last Supper. It houses an exhibition of Poland's salt mining industry, as well as carvings made from salt. After being continuously used for around 700 years, the mine stopped producing rock salt in 2007, and now serves as a popular tourist attraction. It is also called Underground Salt Cathedral. It is one of the world's oldest continually operating mines, and has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 4. Petra, Jordan. Hidden amidst the red sandstone mountains in the southwestern region of Jordan, Petra is an ancient architectural marvel which was unbelievably lost until the 1800s. Settled in the 4th century BC by the Nabatean tribe, it was home to around 30,000 people. Characterized by the exquisite carved-out desert cliffs, it was symbolic of the Nabatean power and wealth. However, once a burgeoning trade center, the kingdom declined around the 7th century AD. The kingdom was annexed into Rome some centuries before it collapsed, and thus a clear influence of Roman architecture can be seen throughout Petra. Number 5. Dixia, Cheng, Beijing, China. In China, there is the Great Wall, and there is also an underground Great Wall. It lies in the subsurface region of Beijing's Dixia, Cheng, and comprises a chain of tunnels and chambers that run for about 33 square miles. Dug by citizens to seek shelter from Soviet bombings, other invasions, and nuclear attacks, spread across 85 square kilometers beneath the capital city of Beijing. It was built in the 1960s. Although it was never put to use, it is said to accommodate 1 million people for around 4 months. This amazing wonder was made not just for survival, but also to continue life at its normal pace. Bearing this purpose in mind, the locals also dug up classrooms for children, entertainment zones like a movie theater, barbershops, restaurants, and ample spaces for storage of grains, weapons, and other necessities. Fortunately, the Chinese never had to seek refuge in this vast underbelly. As a result, the underground city closed down and was reopened for tourists in 2000. Only a few corridors are, however, accessible. The space still exists today and was recently opened as a tourist attraction. Number 6. Edinburgh Vaults, Edinburgh, Scotland. Built within the 19 arches of Southbridge in Edinburgh, Scotland in the late 18th century, Edinburgh vaults are a series of chambers formed due to downward expansion. These man-made underground vaults were initially blooming with traders such as cobblers, taverns, smelters, and whatnot, but soon the deterioration began owing to the lack of proper drainage and sanitation systems. However, these lost dark damp places were recently discovered in 1985 due to excavation. The vaults were a result of the superstitions of the people of the city, and to date it is considered the most haunted place in the United Kingdom. Number 7. Burlington, England. In response to the Cold War nuclear strike, the British government would have sought refuge in an underground bunker codenamed Burlington, spanning approximately 60 miles. Designed in the 1950s underneath the village of Corsham, the secret underground city facilitated office spaces, cafeterias, a telephone exchange, medical facilities, sleeping quarters, and an in-house BBC studio. All of this was planned to keep the British PM and other 4,000 personnel safe during any unforeseen circumstances. Although like any other, it was never used but continued to function until 1991, and finally in 2004 it was declassified. Number 8. Berlin Bunkers, Berlin, Germany. Eminent secrets lie beneath the now peaceful city of Berlin, once the nucleus of World War II. Berlin has witnessed brutal war crimes and once cannot forget the Nazi concentration camps. The Berlin bunkers were built to shelter the residents from the air raids during the war. Some of these bunkers also served as defensive shelters during the cold nuclear conflict. The bunkers remained unused for the remaining part of the 20th century, until 1997 when they were rediscovered. The bunkers are an insight into the horrors of World War II and therefore now serve as museums run by Berliner Underwelten. Number 9. Orvieto, Italy. The Italian hill town of Orvieto is settled atop volcanic rocks which accommodates the mysterious underground city. Presently famous for its white wines, the city belonged to the ancient Etruscans long ago who burrowed down to carve walls and cisterns initially. However, gradually it expanded into subterranean mazes of tunnels, counting up to 1,200 tunnels and galleries. While mainly it was used to store wines, it also showed remains of the Etruscans and medieval oil presses. The underground tunnels were also recently used during World War II as bomb shelters. Number 10. Pilsen Historic Underground, Czech Republic. The city of Pilsen has a lot more to discover than its famous Pilsen beer. Pilsen Historical Underground is a 12.5-mile web of passageways, cellars, and wells built in the 14th century. The underground city was known to be a storage space for food and beer barrels in the prehistoric era. However, some belief in the existence of treasure is hidden within the walls of the cellars. Like many other underground cities, this has also been transformed into a museum, and guided tours are organized to explore many exquisites, such as the well-known ice cellar and the water tower. Do you think these massive underground structures would be used someday again? Well, hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, I'm sure you're going to love to watch our video about the 10 mysterious lost worlds you don't know existed. Make sure to click the subscribe button for future notifications and never miss our videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned.